Hey guys, Brittany here. Today I'm going to be showing you a piece that I did kind of similar to the one that you see in my intro. I have a tendency to like to draw scenes where there's like a solitary figure looking out over everything. It's just something that I've really come to love to do. Here I'm working on a sketch where I was originally going to put a cave up on top of this cliff, but then decided not to. Instead I decided to put a waterfall over on the side. And then here, originally was going to do just like a plateau mountain in the distance, and then open field, and then I realized I really wanted mountains in there. And I even thought about doing like a forest of trees, but decided against that as well. Here I use perspective lines to draw the animal that I'm about to draw. I'm not sure what it would be called. It's not exactly a periton because I didn't do the back legs like a bird, but it's just basically a deer with wings. So it's kind of close to a periton, but it's not a periton. Don't know what it would be called. Here I struggled with that front leg. I eventually decided to just draw really simplistic legs. One thing I really like on this thing is the tail. I love how I finish the tail. You'll of course see later how I do it, but I think it's really cool how I do it. Yeah, I was originally going to give it a mane of some sort, but decided against it and just completely lopped out of it. So I wanted to put 2 moons in the sky, and they crashed my program. Luckily I was able to recover them because I had not saved at that point yet. But thank goodness Painter has a way to recover things that you have done and haven't saved. And here I'm playing around with some gradients. The only one I actually keep is that sky gradient, and you don't even actually see it in the final piece. It's just kind of a base color. And here I go, completely forgetting how to do mountains and drawing them really dark at first, the back ones, when those should be the lightest ones instead. But don't worry, I figured it out. I also had decided to not do the natural colors, so I went with a bunch of purples instead. I want it to be really mystical looking, so why not purple? And then here originally I make the deer really light, and originally I was gonna do that, but then I like the idea of making it a deep blue color, so that does change eventually, especially with what I want to do with it. You'll see. Also, if you haven't noticed, I work with a lot of layers. Like every little thing is a different layer. So as you can see, I'm making the tree brown, but I felt that was too boring, so I made it a deep teal color. Yeah, there I make the deer the dark blue. Oh, I love doing skies like this. And then you'll see me play with all of the aurora. I was trying to make it just perfect. I didn't want too much, but I wanted a little bit in there. I like that one. You won't really see the part on the left in the end, but you still see the one up in the right corner though. Just a little something extra. So the brush that I'm about to use on these mountains, it makes it like have a texture. I like it, but the only problem is that texture transfers onto every layer, so it makes it hard to work with. I would like to use that eventually in maybe like a 1-layer piece. And I had done so much of it that I was like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to back up. Luckily, I hadn't saved my last one before that part, so I went in with a different brush here. This one actually works just as well, but it doesn't have as much texture as the other one. My struggle with the water. It actually changes in the end anyway. I also like this idea of the fog cascading over the top of the mountains. I always just love how that looks. I actually really like this texture that I have. By the way, I found the grass texture that I was looking for in my last video, and it turns out it was the one that I didn't think it was, but it was that one. Who knew? And there's the missing grass brush. You can't really see the texture of it here, but here I think you can finally start to see it. Yeah, there it is. Then I decided to put a filter over the midground and background just because the purple of the mountain was very close to color with the purple in the foreground. So I put, I think, a light pink filter over top of it. Oh, here's one of the cooler features that you can find is these really glowy brushes. I love these brushes, especially when I found one that worked. The first few that I tried did not work. Because I was trying to find one that wouldn't like fray off of the path that I'm trying to make. And I finally used this one. Oh, I love how I did this tail. Yeah, I think that glowy line on the back of the deer was the reason why I opted out of putting a mane on it, because it would have been the same thing, but I liked just this simple line instead. Adding some deeper shadows to the midground. And then the foreground. I really like these little things that I'm putting there, and I wasn't going to use them, but I actually end up putting them in the very end. Just because I really liked how they looked. It just looked like a little vine crawling up the tree. Then I decided to make the leaves of the tree glow too, because why not, right? There I'm using those little things there, and then here is the final piece. As you can see, I went back and I changed the color of the water. I like the blue a lot better than the purple that I did, and I made the one moon a little bit brighter because it kind of looked brown a little bit before. But anyway, there you have it. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even comment if you'd like to see me do anything else similar to this, maybe some other mythical creature, because let's face it, I love mythical creatures. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.